All right. A good day and a good morning to all. So today, uh, at Justice Unmasked, firstly, yato dharmastato jaya. Where there's justice, there is victory. We again have both the sides, India and Pakistan, to discuss on a very intriguing and an enticing topic. And we'll come up to a neutral stance as well. So, guys, buckle up, sit tight, and relish the ride. So now I would like our beloved member or international ambassador of Justice Unmasked from Pakistan, Wasiq Akbar, to disclose the topic to the hosts, to the audiences, sorry.
Okay, thank you for the recognition, Ayush Ghosh. Thank you so much. And it's been an honor for me to be here and speak in front of you and speak in front of the audience here. As the agenda coincides and it relates to the proxy wars, so historically we should study it, and historically we should put an eye on it. From where does it start? Actually, proxy war, it is a headache for today's world and also for the South Asia, mainly Pakistan and India. The ultimate reason of proxy war in this South Asia region between Pakistan and India is the issue that in which all issues are related, and that is Kashmir. When the Kashmir, in the time of independence, when the Kashmir was a princely state, and the Pakistan and India fought a war in 1948 on that land. After that, when India occupied, the Indian occupied Kashmir and Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So both states took the parts of Kashmir. So the resistance which start in the Kashmiris herds and the resistance which start inside the Kashmiris. So from there, the terror groups rise up, and the proxy war starts from their sides. Now the guerrilla wars with the Kashmiris itself start against both states, but mostly they started against India, because mostly of the Kashmiris, 90% of the Kashmiri population is Muslims. So they mostly started against India. And some proxy groups, which I will list it, which is number one, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Sipah-e-Zahaba, and so on, many other terrorist groups which are linked to the Pakistan, and some groups are linked to the India, but mostly the terror groups and the proxy groups are linked to the Pakistan. In times of 1980s, the Pakistan also raised the Taliban. But Ayush, you want to say something?
No, you may finish first. Actually, I have a question. I have a question to a point that you've stated.
Yes, Ayush, you want to say something?
Yes. I have a question. So, as you have stated that most of the separatist groups, or
Yes,
the radicalist
sure.
groups, or the terrorist groups are linked to the Pakistani regime, and but there were reports. Back in 1960s or 1970s, sorry, not in 1960s. Deepest apologies. Back in the 1970s, as you know, the Mukti Bahini in East Pakistan. It was a separatist group as well. So, as you have stated, that Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Hizbul-e-Mujahideen, and many more terrorist groups have the support of the Pakistani regime. So, did Mukti Bahini ever have? Is Mukti Bahini considered as a separatist group to the Pakistan at the present day? That's my first question.
I think in the present situation, most of the terror groups are not linked to the Pakistan. The ultimate reason behind it is, if you look at the Financial Action Task Force, FATF, so they also removed Pakistan from the grey list. It is just because Pakistan had transformed its foreign policy now. Pakistan is now also working against the terrorist groups, as they had launched the recent operations, that is Operation Zarb-e-Azab, and another operation has been launched. So this type of operations are against the terror groups. So now in this current situation, that group have no link to the Pakistan.
All right. So, like, just a small request, like at the moment, like if you could share your screen and show some Pakistani sources that Pakistani regime has been working against the terror groups, it would be really helpful for the audiences as well. I think yeah.
In the link we will share it, or in the description I will share it.
No, you may share your screen. You may share your screen. There's a share option. You can have a look at it. Yeah, share. There's a share option. You can share your screen and you can show it.
About the operations?
Yes, against terrorism.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, it's visible. It's visible.
Okay. Now look at this.
Okay.
This is Operation Zarb-e-Azab, on which I had talked about. Operation Zarb-e-Azab was a giant military offensive conducted by the Pakistan Armed Forces against various militant groups, including the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, the Islamic Movement of Uzbekistan, the East Turkmenistan Islamic Movement, and Lashkar-e-Islam. So that all this operation was actually launched by the Pakistani forces against the terror groups inside Pakistan.
All right. very amazing, and also small doubt, it might be a controversial query as well. So like including the
Yes.
Tehreek-e-Taliban, isn't the Tehreek-e-Taliban the leading separatist outfit in Pakistan, or hasn't it been one of the most dominating outfits across Pakistan, the Tehreek-e-Taliban?
Yes, it is dominated because it is sponsored by neighboring countries. So that's why it is a dominated group.
All right,
Tehreek
superb,
Taliban Pakistan.
superb.
Another operation which
Yeah,
Pakistan has launched against terrorist group. I will share it.
Lal Masjid operation. Yes, yes, I've heard of this. I've heard of this. Wow. Okay, fine.
So this was also an operation carried out by the Pakistan Army against fundamentalist militants. So
Yep.
these all are the operations which the Pakistan had operated, and that's why the Financial Action Task Force removed Pakistan from the grey list, because the Pakistan is operating against the terrorist group now.
Superb. Thank you so much. This information is surplus to prove that Pakistan has been fighting against terrorism. So in Pakistan, the price of that exact same tomato is worth 50 rupees in terms of INR. And in terms of Pakistani rupees, how much would it be if Wasiq Akbar could enlighten on that, could cut me
It
in
will
for
be
a while? Yeah.
it will it will be 150
So it's quite expensive.
150 PKR.
Yep. So it's quite a huge amount, right? So this is what we call a geoeconomic crisis. And as you know, Pakistan is dependent on India for the water as well, the Indus Water Treaty, as everyone knows that, which was signed back in 1960. Like if in India, the price of that water is for 10 rupees in Pakistan, if India imposes it as 30 or 40 rupees, then it's gonna be an economic hectic and an economic collapse for the Pakistani regime as well. So this is what we call a geoeconomic conquest. So this is where the proxy war takes place on. So the proxy wars of India and Pakistan has begun right after few months post partition from 1948, as rightly stated by Mr. Wasiq Akbar. So so in 1940, in 1948, what happened was that, like, this is what I have heard from the Indian sources, or from certain sources, some certain Indian medias, that Muhammad Ali Jinnah stated that uh, it's not right for Kashmir to be an independent nation, since Kashmir has a like, partition was done on the basis of religious lines. Like in the British India, the western part was filled with Muslims, and the other part was filled with Hindus and the other religions. Similarly for East Pakistan as well, since it was densely populated by Muslims, as demanded for a separate nation for the Muslim Indians. So that's how partition took place. And Kashmir was a state which had a Hindu ruler called Maharaja Hari Singh, but a Muslim majority. And Muhammad Ali Jinnah said that uh, जितना भी जितना भी चाहते हो, जो भी चाहते हो, लूट लो, whatever you want, steal it, loot it, or seize it. Everything is yours, but get Kashmir into the territory of Pakistan, because it should belong to Pakistan. It legally should belong to Pakistan, but wherein it had a Hindu ruler, and post which the controversy and conflict began between India and Pakistan, as Kashmir, which was known as the Switzerland of British India, or Switzerland of India, as you know it, Wasik Bhai, how beautiful it is, turned into a battleground, sadly. And in 1949, the war ended, favoring India's position, as India occupied most of the parts of Kashmir, So India claimed victory for that, and it was stopped because of the ceasefire with UN. And Pakistan claimed victory because Pakistan thought that they have claimed some bonus land into that territory. That's what the Pakistani media stated. That's what I've read from the national sources of Pakistan. Both sides claimed victory, and that ended up in a stalemate. And from 1950s to 1970s, Kashmir was not only facing civil unrest. The proxy war that India and Pakistan faces is only between Kashmir, primarily on the regions, namely Kashmir, the Run of Kutch, which is located in Gujarat, Junagadh, as that part wanted to be a part of Pakistan as well, but India seemed like to annex it. Annex it. If I'm wrong, Wasik bhai, you may correct me. Junagadh is one of the
You
disputed
are right.
areas, right? Exactly, but primarily it's Kashmir. So 1950s to 1960s, Kashmir didn't only face a civil unrest, but a political unrest as well, as their leader Sheikh Abdullah of Indian administered Kashmir was fighting for the freedom of Kashmir, wanted to give it an independent status. So it did sought a special status from the government of India, and wherein POK at the same time wanted to be a separate nation as well. But most of them, the data showed as the data shown has shown that most of them were favoring that they wanted to join Pakistan, but a plebiscite hasn't taken place yet, as promised by the United Nations. That the United Nations promised that a referendum or a plebiscite shall be taking place in a democratic way through the channels of democracy within the people of Kashmir, who they want to join, whether they want to be an independent kingdom, state, India, Pakistan. And next, what happened was that 1965, wherein the Pakistani tribesmen uh, infiltrated into the Akhnur sector of India in Kashmir. Another war broke out between India and Pakistan in 1965 on the Kashmir region, and that ended up in a stalemate as well. Though it favored India in a military way, India damaged Pakistan in a lot of way. And before continuing, I would like to ask Wasiq Bhai that why is 6th September 1965 considered as a National Defense Day in Pakistan? I would like Wasiq Bhai to clarify that before I continue.
Okay. So, on that day, Pakistan had defended the area of Lahore. Lahore is a major city of Pakistan and is also the capital of Punjab. So when the Operation Gibraltar was planned and the Pakistan attacked on Kashmir, what the India did it, they not attack on Kashmir, they attack on the area of Lahore, which is the main city of Pakistan. So when they attack on Lahore, the Pakistan defended very decisively and very good in a very good way. Pakistan Air Force done a very great job there. So that's why Pakistan is celebrating Defense Day on that day.
All right. And also one more thing, a terse question to you, a terse query to you. Does the name Muhammad Mahmud Alam sound familiar to you? Alam? Does the name Muhammad Mahmud
What name?
Alam, Muhammad Mahmud Alam, Alam?
No, I don't know about that.
Okay, fine. He's the legend of the sky. He is the legend of the sky. Why? Because he was a very brave Pakistani Air Force pilot who shot down 5 Indian Mystère aircrafts, that too with a normal or a regular Pakistani Sabre fighter jet. Okay, for a fact, Pakistan uh, received a free gift from their ally United States back then, the starfighters, the advanced starfighters, the advanced supersonic starfighters, whose speed was not only twice the speed of the ordinary Indian Mysteers, but had a 4 times greater climbing rate than the ordinary Indian Mysteers. And apart from that, compared to the ordinary Pakistani Sabre jets, it had a Sidewinder missile with it as well. It is a man with a missile, wherein Indian Mysteers did not have a missile. It only had bombs, uh, pistol shooters, and many other things. I'm not really familiar with air defense stuffs, but these are the things that I'm aware of. But Muhammad Mahmud Alam, uh, when India was attacking one of the Pakistan's air bases, I think it was in Faisalabad, if I'm not wrong, Faisalabad or Noor Khan or Faisalabad. Muhammad Mahmud Alam, or Alam in short, there's a garden called Alam in Pakistan as well. You can search up on that. Alam shot down 5 Indian Mysteers, that too with a normal Sabre jet, wherein none of the Pakistani fighter pilots who flew the advanced starfighters given by the United States of America could perform in that way. That's why he's considered as a legend of the sky. So salute to that Pakistani hero, first of all, from my end. So Pak Sarzameen Shadbad, Alam. And furthermore, as I would like to say that 1965, it ended, in my opinion, I'm going to ask Wasiq Bhai his opinion as well regarding who won the 1965 war. So if militarily we see, India occupied East Pakistan entirely. Pakistan defended Lahore from them. India and Pakistan only managed to occupy few parts of the deserts of Rajasthan, and wherein the war started off in Kashmir. The purpose was to take Kashmir away from India, to seize Kashmir away from India, and India's purpose was to defend Kashmir as well, or to take back POK as well. But why, though India having a military advantage, why I would say it ended up in a stalemate was that uh, was that first of all, the purpose was Kashmir, but where has India attacked? Lahore, East Pakistan, and the other places. And how about Pakistan? Pakistan ended up attacking the Run of Kutch in Gujarat, Rajasthan in India, the Longewala border, and apart from that, the Gujranwala border. which is also located in Gujarat. So does that make any sense? No, no, right? So that's why it shouldn't be ending in a stalemate as well, but it was a nonsensical result. You were fighting for Kashmir, but you ended up attacking the other territories. Such coward act from both the nations, I would say that. But still, salute to the ones who gave their lives. So, Wasik bhai, what's your opinion on this? Who won the 1965 war?
The 1965 war, which the utmost principle and utmost goal was to clinch the Kashmir from India. That's why the Operation Gibraltar was planned. But I think when the war was started in the Kashmir area, so the Indian, which attacked on Lahore, the eastern part of Pakistan, Lahore, I had also reiterated it again. That Lahore is the main city of Pakistan and it is the capital of Punjab province also. So Pakistan defended at Lahore because Kashmir is not important as that of Lahore. Lahore is the main city of Pakistan. Kashmir is actually, not the part of Pakistan completely now. So the Pakistan led the Kashmir and the Pakistan started defending Lahore at that time. Now, what happened there? Both countries clinched some areas from each other. Both countries, India did a great job in ground operation, while the Pakistan did a great job in air force. So both states did a great job. Both states defend each other very brilliantly. There was a Sikh, I forget his name, but he destroyed many tanks of Pakistan. So I forget his name. So I also salute to that Christian. Sorry, that Sikh from India.
Yeah.
And regarding the Pakistan, so there were so many soldiers like Aziz Bhatti and Rashid Minhaj that was killed in that war, in the 1965 war. But as an independent person, as an independent student, I think both states didn't win. That was a neutral war, and it was, not win by any nation. Because both states defend each other, both states defend their own territory. So no one crossed the border. And when the solution was on the table in Russia, that was Tashkent region. So when the war is also already finalized, the solution is already get it up. So then I think both nations are claiming, and they should claim, because for attacking the now the current century is the populist century. Every person and every leader would claim that they win it. They win it now. Recently on Pahalgam issue and on Operation Sindoor, and when the tensions between Pakistan and India was escalated, both countries' presidents and prime ministers were claiming we won, we won, we won. But I think it was not won. So same like that in the 1965, no one win it, and it was a neutral.
And yes, and okay, fine. So furthermore, like I'll be ending up my point of view soon. So furthermore, the proxy war was at the next one was 1971. Like it was not only a proxy war, but it was a political war as well. Why I say so? Because India was getting troubled by both parts of Pakistan, formerly the East Pakistan and West Pakistan, from both the ends, as smuggling was taking place quite frequently. So Indira Gandhi's plan within the government, within her internal regime, was to break these two parts, and that's why India forcefully got involved into the war. And as you know, the result of 1971 war, that it was an Indian victory. It clearly was an Indian victory, as you have lost the eastern sector of your nation, sadly. But yeah. And furthermore, a lot of tensions kept on taking place. A lot of rivalries, territorial rivalries, kept on taking place between India and Pakistan till then, in 1999, again the Kargil was used as a battlefront. So as we all know that, international media knows, that it was an Indian victory, as India claimed all its parts occupied by Pakistan. So what's your view in this? Because there was a controversial statement feeded by Pervez Musharraf in the international forum back in the year of 2016 or 2017, stating that Pakistan faced a political defeat but a military victory. So military victory, as in like they had the military upper hand over us, but they lost politically. So what's your take on this? So I want to hear your view, Wasik bhai.
The Kargil war, which as a Pakistani I also condemn, which should not be started and escalated by our army, and I condemn it. But the Kargil war, I think it was also a war in which the Pakistan had not completed its mission. The ultimate mission of the Pakistan was also at that time the Kashmir, but the Pakistan lost its planning again, and I think the Musharraf at that time took a wrong decision to attack on Kargil, because as we have lost so many soldiers there. So I think the war is not won by any nation, though Pakistan had lost so many soldiers there and India also. But I think it was a mistake by the Pakistani army to attack and start this war.
All right, great. So furthermore, with that, like as we had a lot of military standoffs after that, and currently we are still having a military standoff, which started off from the last week of April, the 23rd of April, and it's still going on right now. I think it might turn into a war if I'm not wrong. So with that, I conclude with my opinion, and with my conclusion, I'd like to ask Wasik bhai, like, will this turn into a fifth war between India and Pakistan or not? What do you think?
If ISI and RA and both leadership of countries will not sit on one table, if they will not negotiate, if they will not dialogue and bilateral dialogue, so I think not only the fifth war, the 10th war will also be fought between Pakistan and India, because if you are blaming each other, if you are treating your, I have seen on both sides, also on the Pakistan side, the Pakistani leaders, and on the Indian side, the Indian leaders, they both are chanting the slogans of Pakistan Murdabad and India Murdabad in their rallies.
Yep.
So that gives you a sense, and that gives you an image that they are actually promoting the escalation between the nations, and they are promoting this hatred in the Pakistani and the Indians in both nations.
Absolutely.
Whether it is the leadership of India, whether it is the leadership of Pakistan, they both are illiterate and they both are doing a wrong job. I am against every war. War is not peace. If they are chanting the slogans of war is peace and ignorance is strength and freedom is slavery, so that is completely wrong. And I think the fifth war will be fought if the Pakistan and Indian leadership and their intelligence agencies will not sit together and they will not share intelligence to counter this cross-border terrorism.
Yep. So with that, thank you so much. I completely second that view of yours. No more wars. No more wars. Because war does not promote peace. War is an epitome of failure and destruction, of failure of humanity and destruction of humanity. So with that, I would like Wasik bhai to sing this small song with me, a song of peace and a song of harmony. If Wasik bhai would like to sing that, would you?
Which one song?
हे मेरे वतन के लोगों, जरा आंख में भर लो पानी. Come on, Wasik bhai.
Bro, actually, I don't like, and I don't hear this type of songs. So
All right.
I don't know about this.
So with this, let's end this meeting.